Welcome to Deep Thought. Many are stuck in a mental prison. Many are stuck in a mental prison. This is a very important thing to take into consideration. Very, very important thing to take into consideration. Because a lot of people, when they stuck into different areas, they might be stuck in a job, bad relationship, bad neighborhood, whatever. They'll blame all the outside forces, the thems, the theys, and everything. But it's really the mental prison. And I know I've talked about that before, but I'm going to tell you what, the whole purpose of this channel is to get you to think. And if I got to keep repeating certain things over and over, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm trying to free your mind, ultimately. That's why y'all notice on here, I pretty much allow any comment you say. Any comment, because if it shows that you're thinking, boom, I'm good with it. Now, if it's totally idiotic and stupid and attacking people, I'm going to get rid of it. But if it frees you, however it frees you, because I want y'all to think about stuff. Many people are stuck. I've noticed something. Like, just being on social media, not even on YouTube, but over the years. You can explain something to somebody. You can provide proof for it. You can provide testimony. But because they have a certain way of thinking, they're stuck. They will not even acknowledge what you just said. Even if you're trying to help them directly. Like they might have a false belief system. I've always talked about that. That's a mental prison. You keep thinking one way, and the problem is a prison because is it working for you? It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you feeling bad. It's keeping you sick. It's keeping your life lousy. But it's all upstairs. Trust me, it's all upstairs. Everything is mental. It's all upstairs because your mentality, your thinking that's the driver of the car. Your body is just the vehicle. Your mind is the driver. And how you express yourself in life, how you go through life is all mental. But if you having trouble going through life, you got to free your mind. As they once said, free your mind and your ass will follow. And it might sound cruel, but it's true. But see, many are stuck in that mental prison. They stuck in that way of thinking. Indeed, they are stuck to the point that they will find justifications to stay there. Let me say that again. And we see it all over YouTube. I don't even have to use an example. People know. People see different things. People have a certain way of viewing the opposite sex, certain races, certain situations, and they'll just follow it. I mean, you got whole channels, people making money. All they doing is reinforcing someone's prison. They got a group of people who believe a certain thing, and all the person's doing is reinforcing it. They're not trying to free them. Shoot, they want more of these people. They might even have conferences and stuff just to reinforce certain negative beliefs and stuff to reinforce the prison. Indeed, if you want to say how the world is shaped, you could say the theys. Let me say it again. The theys have set up things so people won't change their thinking. Because once you change your thinking, you can free up. And I can say this from personal experience. There have been times all I've done was literally change how I thought about something and everything else would change. The whole direction would change. When I'm going in a certain direction, all of a sudden I start hitting roadblocks. Only thing I changed was how I thought about it. How I thought, but then that leads to other things. See, remember, and I've talked about this before, a single thought can lead to a whole universe, a whole path. A person can have a single thought, right? Think about it. And y'all know how I flow on here. Think about it. A person can have a single thought. That single thought could lead to a major movement. That major movement can lead to different economics. It can lead to a change in political leadership, a change in how people even mate, everything. Because the world is governed by philosophies. But where do philosophies start? It starts in the mind. So that's how important the thing is. Now, this ain't about a person starting a major movement. It's about starting living the most abundant life, the best life you can. But many people are stuck in a prison. They're stuck in belief systems. It's like no matter what you say to them, they still stuck. I've noticed that. No matter what you tell them, they don't really say, well, let me think about that. Let me look into that. They'll say, well, but this. No, I don't care what you say, but this. And it's like, like when I've noticed on certain videos, people, no matter what I say, they will still talk about the same things they always talk about. And I'm like, dude, that ain't nothing to do with this. That's all you see, because people could see something, but because one thing about their prison, it will cover them. It will cover their perceptions. They will cover their perceptions, and they're stuck. You see it. Some people will, let's be real, the overwhelming majority of people will start off in a mental prison and stay there the rest of their lives. And some people, they not going to know any better. They might even make money from it. But, the thing is, what did they really accomplish? They could accomplish a lot more. I'm going to tell you what, and I say this from personal experience. Like I consistently say, I'm not a guru on top of the mountain. I'm climbing the mountain. Some of y'all climbing with me. A few of y'all might be climbing behind you, but I'm still climbing that mountain too. I've noticed in life, whenever I just change my mindset, just a simple mindset about something, everything else would change. Everything else would open up. Just change, and it could be on anything. How you see in the world, how you see yourself. Really, let's go down that path a bit. Just changing how you view yourself can change everything else. I'm going to give you an example from a legendary TV show, Married with Children. Al Bundy, some of y'all might have seen. It was an episode, and it was a very powerful episode. Yeah, it was funny and everything, but it was powerful on what I would consider a metaphysical basis. Now, Al, he in a marriage, he barely touch his wife, got kids that just use him, got a lousy job and everything. Then that was the theme of the show. He's married, he's just caught up, everything. Got all these issues and everything. But then in this particular episode, he was outside and a very attractive woman said he was attractive. That's all she said to him. It changed his whole mindset. It changed his whole mindset. She said, just by him thinking, oh, somebody think I'm a beautiful woman thinking I'm attractive. All of a sudden, he started changing up. All of a sudden, he started changing up. He started cleaning up more, cleaning himself more, being more flashy. Even, he worked in a shoe store. He actually, part of in the episode, he actually came home at lunchtime just to shower. Just to shower up and go back. It even changed how he responded to women in the shoe store. Usually, he barely get a woman in there. And when he did, it used to be some trouble. But because he's changed his mindset and then changed how he looked and he changed how he interacted with women, all of a sudden, he had a line of women in there. And it just changed up everything. Even his family started to respond to him differently. Even his family started to. And it was just like, yeah. And, of course, it's still a comedy show. At the end of the episode, he's I'm married with children. And he literally just changed back to that slob he was. It was funny, but it was deep. All he did was change his mindset. His looks didn't change. His looks didn't change. He broke out for a brief period. He broke out of the mental prison that he was in, and he was able to soar. So that's what everybody has to do. See, too many are stuck in that prison, but you have to break out of that prison. Things have changed. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it several times. All I would do is change my mindset how I was looking at something. And there's some stuff I ain't going to get in. You don't need to know too much about Rom, but like I say, Rom's still growing too. And it was something very specific, and I was like, I was thinking about it recently too. I was like, a couple of years ago, my mindset was like totally different. Yeah, I was doing the videos and stuff, but it was something more private. And I know it's a total difference once I changed that mindset, once I broke out of that prison, And I'm going to tell you what, the more you break out of a prison, And it could be on small things. You might not be in prison. You might be free in some areas, but in prison in other areas. Look at the areas that you're not doing well in and think about your mindset, how you thinking about it. You got to break out of it. So I want y'all to do that for me. Think on this. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.